The Ravens Flock presents The Black Files, an uncensored interview and review podcast for all geek fandom.
Welcome everybody, friends and pals, guys and gals, boys and girls around the world. Pop a squat, pop open a cold one with your boys. It is Monday. We're in a brand new week. We're going to be closing up on the month of September with this one. So we're still in the month of September, but that doesn't mean that you can't enjoy yourself with us and with this brand new episode of The Black Files.
All right.
This will certainly be a Black Files episode that everyone will remember, and no motherfucker out there is gonna wipe it clean from the records.
And there goes the fuck barrier, everybody. Welcome.
There goes the barrier and several spoilers.
Welcome everyone to the uncensored interview and review podcast of the Ravens Flock, The Black Files. This is your host, Juan, Arauz, one of the heads of Ravens Flock, and I've got the other two heads next to me. To my left, I've got the main head of our team, Jose Casabona.
Hello, everyone. How are you?
And to my right, I've got our main man and the host of Los Amigos Play, Angel Mendez.
Still training for my bankai.
And if you guys haven't figured it out by the bloody thumbnail all over the promotion for this, if you haven't figured out by the YouTube clip that we're going to be putting up for this review, we are going to be reviewing the live-action Netflix exclusive, I guess, rendition of the celebrated anime and manga series dealing about your average, regular high school boy who happens to fight ghosts, Bleach.
Oh,
after several Netflix exclusive movies that came out that were based off the anime Death Note and Full Metal Alchemist, Death Note was a failure from the start. Full Metal Alchemist kind of
it shat the bed at the end.
It had potential, but it squandered it.
It had a potential, so it squandered. So there was a lot of expectations for this movie to live up to.
Yeah. Now, ultimately, I decided to do what we always do, and I put my expectations to zero. Now, here's the thing, and I am somewhat ashamed to admit this. I am biased because I still love Bleach, despite all the dumb shit it did near the end. So my expectations were like 1 or 2 points higher than normal because A, I'm biased, and B, I was informed that they were only going to adapt the first season, which means that there will be a hell of a lot less information to cram into a 2-hour movie, which will make it easier to digest.
True. Now, before we get to the movie, for those who don't know about Bleach itself,
real quick, I have to give our fucking disclosure.
Go ahead. Disclose us.
Yeah, all right. And for first-time listeners, this is an uncensored interview and review podcast. That means that we will have spoilers for the entire fucking movie. We will be swearing as we just started off, so the fuck barrier is broken. We will have opinions that will clash with your worldview. We will say things that you will not probably agree with. We will say things that we're 100% you won't agree with. And every opinion that's expressed on this podcast is purely that of the person saying it and not of any other group or party or sandwich or Egg McMuffin or corporation or 501c.sc motherfucking thing ever, because we don't represent those people. We represent ourselves. So
unless they decide to sponsor us, in which case we will represent the living hell out of them.
Yeah, for real. If you guys want us to be your fucking voice box or whatever, you know how to contact us. Fucking come over and pay us, and we'll shill for you all the live long day.
This podcast brought to you by etc. etc. etc.
We of course encourage you to keep an open mind about different opinions and different ideas. But as Juan mentioned earlier, if you're not comfortable with any of our opinions, well then I refer you to the mental image of Captain Ichimaru stabbing you with his Zanpakuto.
All right.
Also coincidental that when we started, it began to rain very heavily.
Yeah, it's raining like hell out here, and of course, like I always say, if all this information is too much for your piddly little worldview, go ahead and tune out now. Go find something else. I hear Bongo Cat is very, very soothing and a wholesome meme. We love it over here, so we recommend Bongo Cat if you don't want to be offended.
That's what it's called.
Yeah, it's adorable. Otherwise, if you're fine with being offended and having your worldview challenged, and hey, maybe listening into 3 assholes in front of a couple microphones for maybe an hour, then stick around and we'll tell you all about Bleach.
Yeah.
Now,
Bleach the entire story of Bleach basically centers around a high school kid named Ichigo Kurosaki.
I'm just a regular, average high school kid.
Average high school kid who can
But for
see
as lo-
spirits.
As long
like
as
every
I
other high
live.
schooler, he's built like a shit brick house and looks like he's 23.
who befriends a soul reaper named Rukia.
Who is diminutive as hell and can't draw worth a damn, apparently.
Hey, she draws really cute, buddy. Shut up.
That's all she can draw.
So Rukia introduces him to a world beyond our world, a world of spirits. Turns out that when a person dies, their soul, known as a plus, must be exorcised to soul society, which is the afterlife. Those who are consumed by powerful grudges or are left around for too long transform into horrible abominations known as hollows that seek to devour other souls to feel the literal and metaphysical hole in their hearts.
Now giving credit to the original creator of Bleach, what's his name?
Tai Kubo.
Tai Kubo.
Kubo!
The Kubo reached a
Juan,
high
this
level.
is not Kojima. You could calm down.
No,
Kubo is the Kojima of anime.
Fair
he
enough.
is the Kojima of anime.
Fair enough.
And Kojima is the Kubo of video games.
Okay,
Kubo broke many grounds in creating this giant story of Bleach.
No.
The simple ideology of heaven and hell fucking gone. There's more than just heaven and hell.
He did
There's
a
more
surprisingly-
dimensions to the afterlife.
A surprisingly morally grey exploration of what the afterlife looks like. Now, a lot of people complain that all he did was copy the plot of Yu Yu Hakusho, to which I tell you all, shut the fuck up.
Also-
Yu Yu Hakusho and Bleach have one thing in common, and that is that after the first season, the plot changed completely. After that,
Exactly.
they both went in very different directions.
Oh.
So shut your faces.
There are other accusations against Kubo that he doesn't actually come up with good storylines or plots. He just comes up with side characters and multiple subplots, to which I also say, shut the fuck up. You don't know what you're talking about. It's called world building. Learn it, love it, beat the fuck out.
Now,
Either that or get shanked by Captain Ichimaru.
Now, unfortunately,
What is with you and getting shanked?
He's a cool
His
character.
Zanpakuto is silent but deadly.
Oh, yeah,
Wow.
don't get people started.
So, now, unfortunately, the manga itself of Bleach ended after a somewhat rushed 1,000-year-old war arc with the Quincy. So we're not going to get into that. That is not touched here.
But it did start off in 2006, right?
It started in 2006, and I heard there is rumors of an animated series to cover the final arc, which hopefully will have better, a more comprehensive story. Because, guys, let me tell you, the last arc was just literally plot twist happening after plot twist, like every chapter. It was ridiculous.
Everyone was leveling up farther and farther and farther.
The main character became so strong, the only way the bad guy could win was by literally rewriting the future, and even then, at the end, that didn't work. No, seriously, Ichigo kills the bad guy in like one hit. It was bananas.
It's beautiful.
But I
Of
digress.
course, with that giant big universe of Bleach and all those stories written out and everything, I mean, one couldn't possibly think of making a live action film, right?
Yeah, you can.
Of course you can. It's called Netflix throws their money at you.
All you have to do is be smart enough to not cram the entire thing in one fucking season.
Thank
like
you.
certain shows that I will not mention right now.
Thank you,
You mean
Warner
Death Note?
Brothers, for.
No.
Like, who?
Sorry, go ahead.
I was just saying, thank you, Warner Brothers, for greenlighting this. By the way,
No, I was talking about William Dafoe's Bizarre Adventure.
So Death Noteflix.
Shut up.
Death
Speaking of which,
Netflix.
something that I'm hoping comes to Netflix soon is
small
the
segue.
JoJo movie.
What?
Yeah, they made a live-action JoJo movie covering the 4th season. And for what I heard, if you know about JoJo, it's pretty good. If you don't know about JoJo, you are going to be hopelessly confused.
okay, but that's a table for another time. Let's move along.
Now let's talk about the actual movie, which begins with an actual flashback showing how Ichigo lost his mom. And to remind us that this movie doesn't give much of a shit about accuracy, character-wise, both of the characters, mom and kid, have black hair.
Wait.
Yeah.
Hold on.
That's how we start.
No, what? What?
Yeah, little
What?
Ichigo and mom Ichigo and Ichigo's mom Masaki, they are shown with black hair in the flashback. Which
Well, I
means
guess
that-
I guess these guys, apparently Netflix can't throw enough money to get a fucking wig. Go to ardawigs.com.
No,
they
not
will.
enough.
Angel, they got away with a Japanese girl playing Lieutenant Hawkeye, and she had blonde hair.
Nope, too late. Not enough budget to dye this kid's hair.
Oh my god!
Moving on.
But aside from the hair, though, the scene plays pretty much exactly like the manga. Ichigo sees a little girl by the riverbank, goes to give her his umbrella, and oh shit, my mom is dead. So he gets Batman, and honestly, the first
Wait, he gets Batman.
the first 20% of this
Fucker.
movie is step by step a recreation of the manga.
Hey, Angel, would you call it a grand opening?
Shut the fuck up.
I've got an empty
Yes, but
tripod.
also fuck you.
I've got an empty fucking tripod. I don't know
Right,
if you can hear
right.
it. And I will smack you with it, Jose.
So-
I do not give a damn. I will
Moving
do it.
on. So,
We get to see the scene of Ichigo beating the hell out of the thugs, and we even get to see the part of the manga goes, Ichigo Kurosaki, boom, occupation, student, boom, age, 15, boom, special ability. Again, boom, really special ability. While he's beating the hell out of... Like, dude, even as a human, he kicks a dude and the dude flies like 10 feet.
Oh, so it's the beginning of the first episode.
Yeah,
Yes!
It's pretty much the first episode.
It is the first episode. Dude,
He
even
can
I
see
get
ghosts.
that.
I know.
Also,
I know. I've
Ichigo
seen
is
it.
played by the main character of Kamen Rider Force. They got a bunch of actors of Kamen Rider Force in here, which means the characters can actually fight. Thank God.
Well, that's good.
So we see Ichigo, calm the kid, and he goes home. And here we see a couple of more minor changes. For starters, his sisters, Karin and Yuzu, are twins. They look exactly the same, but they do behave differently.
Yeah,
So we got the personality down,
That's
but
fine.
they look the
But
same.
but they look the same. Okay, so again, Netflix, Warner Brothers, ARDAWigs.com.
It seems to be that they...
Call them. Tell them you are working for Netflix. Tell them you need production quality wigs. Give one of these little girls a freaking short bobbed hair brown wig.
It shouldn't be that hard.
It's not that
Oh,
hard.
no, shut up.
Juan,
No.
Juan,
No, they did it to Winry.
Their
They
dialogue.
did it to
and their-
Winry. No,
Juan,
shut the fuck up.
No.
They did it to Winry. They did it to Winry in the Full Metal Netflix Alchemist. They did it to her there.
Netflix Alchemist. Clap
What?
your hands and you can make movies.
Oh my fucking god!
No.
Their dialogue and their personality makes up for their lack of
Trust me,
appearance.
appearance-wise,
Okay.
many characters don't look the way they used to. Many of them do, but some of them don't.
Okay. Does Ichigo in this, like main Ichigo, does he at least have fucking
Yes,
orange
he
hair
does.
now?
Yes.
And I'm guessing that they explain it away as like, oh, he's a
They
punker.
never explain
No.
it.
Never.
Okay, so it's
'Cause
just.
they don't need
The
to.
implication seems to be either he dyed it or his hair just turned orange at some point.
Oh my god.
Did you really, Juan? They don't explain it in the anime. Do you really think they're gonna explain?
They don't need to explain it in the
the
anime.
anime, his
In the
mom
anime,
has
they
orange
show
hair.
his mom has the red hair, the orange hair, or whatever.
Whatever. They don't have to explain
So
it.
basically,
do.
the implication here
Yes, they
seems to
do.
be that he dyes his hair, but he's still a good kid.
Of
Trust
course.
me, the
I know
characterization
in
is still on point.
I know in Japan, it's like, oh, he's a delinquent. That's the fucking name that you
The
have.
funny thing is, the implication seems to be that he's still one of the best students in the school anyway.
Absolutely.
Also, you want character accuracy? Fucking his dad jumps in.
His dad acts exactly the way you expect him. He just jumps in, puts him in a fucking arm bar on his neck and goes, "Where the hell were you, huh? I was
Yes.
exercising the ghost." Yeah, well, screw you. You came late. You're late for dinner. Shut up.
That's no excuse.
How dare you be a damn decent human being?
Good morning, Ichigo!
Actually, there was a change to his personality.
Oh,
He spends less time doing that and more time being an actual dad.
that's fine.
His
I guess.
personality is nowhere near as over the top as the anime. Of
Well,
course, he
of course,
still roughs around.
of
but-
course, the anime gives you more
No, but-
freedom to be
Yeah.
goofy.
Here we actually see him get a little more serious, and he's the one that cooks for the house, and he prepares
Yeah.
dinner for the daughters. And Ichigo is like, "Well, fuck it, I'm going to my room." Also, we get to see a bit. Okay, Ichigo's room in the anime and the manga is fairly bare bones. Here
Yeah.
we get a hint of more personality. The dude has posters of dead metal bands everywhere.
Which is fucking kick ass.
So he is a delinquent.
Ichigo Kurosaki, certified metalhead.
Yeah.
And then
Wiggity,
Rukia
wiggity,
shows-
wiggity, wiggity.
and then Rukia shows up.
Of
And
course.
she's tiny and she's cute.
Just
one
as we
thing-
expect.
The change that they made mainly to her personality is actually pretty much exactly the same.
Yeah.
The main issue is her hair doesn't look the same.
ARDAWigs.com!
No, hang on
the
a minute.
fuck up.
Let me stop you
No!
right there. Juan,
Fuck the shut up!
No, dude.
Juan,
she
it
has-
wasn't a fact of hair color. It's the fact that they didn't chop her hair.
What do you mean they didn't chop her
Instead
hair?
of having the bob haircut with the little cowlick, she just has a really bulky ponytail. It still looks fine. It just doesn't look the same. Aside from that, though,
Not Marukia! Have hashtag this! This not Marukia!
hashtag not canon.
Jesus Christ!
So-
what is wrong with a haircut? What is
nothing
wrong
really.
with a wig?
They just
What
gave
is
her a
wrong with these
different
people?
But
no.
aside from that, though, her personality is pretty much exactly the same. You know, she binds him with a spell, and he breaks out of the spell, and she's like, "Holy shit, how do you do that?" And she runs down, and then the holo attacks. What's the name of the holo? Fishbone?
Fishbone, yeah, I think.
No, Grand Fisher?
No,
No,
that's
not
later.
Grand Fisher.
Grand
okay,
Fisher
no,
shows up
good.
later. Now, here's one thing that I'm gonna give this movie: the holos look amazing.
They look fucking awesome.
See, in the anime, they just have their big, bulky, beast-like bodies that with different colors.
With ceramic skull masks.
Yeah.
And
It's okay, Juancho. It's not a fucking villain for Power Rangers like what they did with Gluttony
No,
at
no,
the
no,
end.
no. See, this time, because it's a movie, you need to give the monsters more detail. So
Yeah.
the hollow body is more well defined. For example, Fishbone his skin resembles scales.
Oh.
And it's like, it has like a blue metallic hue.
So that's why we can't afford fucking ARDAWigs.com.
Okay,
they
we-
threw the budget at the
We
Hollows.
gotta make the holos look good because we need CG for these things.
Of course.
And the masks.
Shut up! It was justified.
And the masks.
Not
look
really. This is Netflix. They've got all the money in the world.
No, they don't. If
Yes,
they
they
had
do.
all the money in the world, they could afford better writers for the Death Note movie.
He's got a point.
Good point.
So
Go on.
No, the holos look fantastic, and you can see like the detail in their masks. You can see like the little scratches and nicks. It looks genuinely really cool.
like the film looks like something out of a fucking like a Super Sentai thing. You'd
It
actually
looks
see
better.
them
It looks like high end. Like it's not like AAA filming, but it's like single A film. It's
single A
like-
filming.
I did
You
enjoy
can tell it's
Arda
CGI,
Wigs
but it
That-
looks really good.
Also, the action sequence was on par. I really did enjoy the part where it looked like Rukia was gonna get killed, a la Eren Yeager style in the beginning of Attack on Titan.
Instead of the holo biting her shoulder, the fucking holo nearly swallowed her whole. And she countered by blasting a spell right down his goddamn throat, but she still ended up wounded.
Yeah.
And we get the scene when she goes, "Okay, I'm gonna give you my powers because it's the only way you can survive."
So basically, dialogue from episode 1.
Oh, and
Yes.
the music of this movie, not like Bleach, they got their own soundtrack, but it is,
like, what do they do?
it is.
Okay. Can mean a couple things. I
Okay,
need
allow me to explain.
clarification.
We get the scene of Ichigo stabs insert, the white light closet, he chops the holo's arm, lands behind him, and then the electric guitar starts.
Yeah.
The devil trigger gets pulled.
Yes.
Ichigo turns
Yes.
around, he kills the holo, and we get the same scene from the final episode. Ichigo Kurosaki, age 15, occupation, high school student, and
Substitute Soul Reaper.
it looked that scene, like up to that point, that was 100% almost perfect.
That's all,
Pretty
like
much.
almost 1-to-1.
Like,
That was
the
basically
first
the first
episode.
episode in how many minutes?
They compressed the first episode in like 15 minutes.
So
They
it's-
took time to like
okay,
build
so-
up the characters and put it.
So you know what that is? That's actually a third of the first episode because the actual episodes run anywhere between 25 and 20
between 21 and
minutes.
25.
Well, you know that
Yeah.
sequence
So
pretty much page by page. I'm not gonna say perfect recreation, but it was
But-
as good as you can do it
like
with that
it's
time and effort.
okay. This has to match this in
This
order
is
to
pretty
get
good.
people in.
Now-
because this is as basic as you can get.
Now we go down to the fact that Ichigo has to go to school. Now here's the thing we gotta deal with. This is a movie. Shit is gonna get compressed. So anybody not named Ichigo or Rukia is not going to get much of a
Screen time.
Yeah, true.
But we have enough time to see. Okay, so Mizuhiro, the black hair friend, doesn't show up in this movie. But the goofy humor friend Keigo shows up, and there is a running gag in the movie that every time we see him, he just goes, "Hey guys, you hear there was an accident, like a truck plowed through Ichigo's house? Yeah, he didn't make it. I'm gonna miss him. Dude, I'm still alive. Ichigo, you're still alive!" And he does that like 3 fucking times throughout the movie, every time we get to school. And we get to see Tatsuki, who looks more or less the same as herself.
Yeah.
Okay, she's hot.
And we get to see Orihime, who doesn't look like herself.
But
No. What did they do to
I mean,
Orihime?
She just looks like a normal Japanese girl. That's it. Her
But-
breasts are normal size, and she has normal, like, auburn brown hair.
the only thing
Okay,
that's
auburn
consistent-
brown?
Angel, the only thing that's consistent is those things on her hair.
She
Her
has the
hairpins,
wigs,
the
and
starry hairpins.
Her characterization is on point. She's a and she actually, Katsuki actually goes,
Bubbly, kinky
"Why do
girl."
you like Ichigo so much? He's kind of a punk." He's like, "I know, but he gets this grumpy look." And we get to see here in animation a bunch of like fashion model shots of Ichigo just grumping and looking at the camera from like 20 different angles. And she's just in La La Land. And Ichigo is like, hey, wake up.
Hey, Orihime, what's the answer to this question?
And she just freaks the hell out. So, characterization-wise, it's perfect, even if the appearance is sadly not perfect.
Juan, control your shit.
No. Okay. Angel, thank you for that. They've got the Genki Girl style thing
Down
and
to a
ditziness
T.
on it. Now, I'm not going to shit on the fact that they couldn't find a Japanese girl with like triple D boobs. That is
It's difficult.
That is difficult. Like she would either have to be genetically fucking lucky as hell. She would have to have gotten surgery done, or she would need to go out of her way to say, yes, I'll wear some fake titties for this movie and like wear a fucking padding under my outfit.
Shit's hard.
That is not necessarily something that works well with Japanese aesthetics in terms of work aesthetic or portrayal in cinema. But auburn brown hair.
It's not exactly orange,
my
but it's pretty close.
It's
It's
close.
the lightest. Trust me, it's pretty close.
Wigs! Arda Wigs!
Angel, move us along,
No.
please.
Okay, so should we get a promotion from Arda Wigs? Is this what this is happening?
Yo, actually, you know what? I'm gonna tag them. I'm gonna
Go ahead,
tag
put
them.
them there.
I want them to fucking
Maybe
listen.
we can actually get them in the next movie to
You
do
know,
something.
you know what? Maybe they could come over and say, "Hey, the Ravensflock, you guys want to cosplay more? We could give you like a discount on wigs since you want wigs to be faithful and shit." Maybe.
Now, speaking of changes, here's one that hasn't changed too much, actually.
Who?
Ichigo's best friend, Chad, the Mexican dude.
No,
Just
he was
like
Cuban.
No, he's Mexican.
You sure?
He was
Okay, yeah,
always
he is
Mexican.
Mexican.
See,
Okay, yeah, you're right, you're right, you're right, you're
now
right,
obviously
you're right.
we got a Japanese guy to play him. That is inevitable. However, he's A, the tallest dude in the movie. B, the more muscular dude in the movie.
Yeah.
C, he's got the tan skin. And D, his hair is perfect.
How's that for character accuracy, you jackass?
And yes, he does carry his abuelo's medallion.
Now eat it!
Sadly,
What are you yelling at me for?
You're the one. You've been bitching about inaccuracy for the
All I've
first.
been
worry.
bitching about is
Well,
wigs.
When we get the chance to, Juan is going to see that movie with us, so he can actually appreciate it. Now, unfortunately, once again, we
for
have to
20
cut
minutes.
corners here, so we don't get any of the backstory of Chad. We just know that he's Ichigo's best friend. But characterization-wise, he's spot on. He's quiet, subdued. He doesn't say much. In fact, his first line pretty much cements his friendship, because when Keigo is like, Ichigo died, Ichigo's like, I'm not dead, dude. And Chad goes, it will take more than that
Hey,
to
Angel.
kill him.
Angel,
It'll take
you know
more
who else
than
is
that.
quiet and
Thank you.
subdued and knows how to keep calm under pressure?
Who?
Rukia when she goes to school.
Oh, yeah. We get the scene when she goes, instead of showing on her hand, she writes on his math book, make a scene and you're fucking dead. And she takes him to the ceiling and she explains to him how the
rooftop.
world works. Now, here's where the movie actually deviates. Because
How?
in the original, Ichigo pretty much just went, hell yeah, big sword, jump in, save the day. Here, Ichigo is actually pretty reluctant to jump into the life or death. It's actually a rational decision of, you know what, maybe I don't want to go risking my life fighting horrible monsters for people I never met. I don't give a shit about this.
I only did it to save my family.
Pretty much.
Like,
and she tries to force him
And
into
she's
training.
like,
and he
you really
refuses.
don't have a choice. You see, I can't go back to work.
Pretty much.
Like, wait, what the hell you mean? I was only going to give you half of my power. You took almost all of it.
Yeah.
I'm useless.
It's not my fault. You stabbed
screaming.
me.
And actually,
Quit screaming.
they introduce a new, interesting plot point here.
How?
She can take her powers back, but his soul is not acclimated to the process, so it could kill him. So she's trying to make him stronger so she can take her powers back and
when
not
it's-
kill him. And Ichigo is like, no, I still don't want to do this. So they get in a bit of a drama and a bit of a fight because
Okay.
he also want to go risking his life for strangers. And she's like, no, you have to. And he's like, no. And she's like, no, become a main character. And he's like, no.
You know what? As much of a deviation as that is,
It works, doesn't it?
that actually still kind of makes sense to Ichigo and Rukia's characters.
Also,
Considering that they've only made those slight alterations to the rules of the story on how everything went down, that makes sense within those parameters.
Now we get to see that Rukia goes to visit Urahara. We see that there's been a few changes here. Well, unfortunately, we don't get to see Isai, the big dude with the stash, or the kids. It's just him. And instead of a candy shop, it's an antique shop. Urahara himself seems a bit more serious than normal, but overall, though, appearance-wise, they got his character down pat, and personality-wise, he's a bit more serious, but it's still kind of the same guy.
I repeat what I said earlier. How's that for character accuracy?
So
So-
they got him down by 70%.
Okay, I notice you're avoiding the hair.
Oh no, the hair is fine.
Okay, good.
He has blonde hair.
Good.
They even modeled a little lick of hair that falls in front of him.
Good.
Because of his beach hat.
Don't you give me that glare, Jose. Don't you give me that.
Joe,
You're
it's-
wearing a
he's
Batman
just
shirt and
angry
you're trying
because
to...
we're talking about hair.
I
You're
wonder
trying
if
to
Arda
scowl.
Wigs could make a wig big enough to cover you up like Cousin It.
Don't
Well,
mess
you know
with
what?
Cousin It.
I'll take it. If that is what will secure like a sponsorship deal, I'll walk around like Cousin It for the entirety of the time that the Ravens
Now, unfortunately,
survives.
this shit is going too well, so now complications need to happen.
Yeah.
Dun,
As
dun, dun.
See, this is where the story begins to deviate a bit. Okay, it follows a plot line, but it begins to deviate hard. Ichigo encounters Renji almost immediately after this.
What?
Yeah, Renji. Okay, we
Renji
get-
Abarai.
Yeah, we get a brief scene in Soul Society of Renji and Byakuya speaking to each other, going like, so what happened? Yeah, she hasn't come back. We gotta go pick her up. So they walk out and we get to see Soul Society, but it's nighttime, so we don't get to see anybody else from there, unfortunately. Renji shows up and he immediately starts shit with Ichigo. But
Big
before-
red spikes, fucking helmet thing. Look,
Yeah, no, the dude
what is that? A
looks
visor?
almost exactly the part.
100% Renji Abarai.
He's a bit more antagonistic than in the series. Less smiling, more gruff.
Well,
But yeah,
he's
no.
like that in
He's
the
about
beginning.
to start shit here, and unfortunately, Ichigo has no way to turn into a Soul Reaper. But before shit can get back, Ishida makes his debut and drives
Uryu, Ishida.
Yeah. He makes his debut by driving Renji away with his arrows. So Renji is like, a 2-on-1 fight won't be good for me. Let me retreat and inform my superior. He does that. Then we get the point where Ishida introduces himself to Ichigo.
Like, I just
In a not so subtle way.
Subtlety can... No, he just drags the guy to the ceiling and goes, hey, check it out. I'm a Quincy. Here's my energy bowl.
By the way, I hate you. What?
Actually-
You're a Soul Reaper. What? How do you know that? I know Soul Reapers.
Also,
No,
they
Angel-
don't make much of a reference to the massacre. They just go like,
I hate you.
you guys fucked with my guys.
No, Angel.
This is gang
Uryu
warfare.
wasn't even subtle in the classroom when he introduced himself.
Oh, no, yeah. He kind of showed up and just went, yeah, I'm here and I hate Shinigamis. And Ichigo's like,
Also,
what the
I know
hell's
you're
wrong
a
with this guy?
Shinigami.
Now, here's where the...
He just says that out in the middle of class, and everyone's just giving him a glare at this nerdy-looking fuck.
Yeah. So after, so
Also,
after,
no, he looks the part pretty well.
Yeah.
Okay,
Congrats.
it's hard to mess that up.
So after Uryu and Ichigo have an exchange of words, and we listen into Uryu's character exposition.
Yeah, he goes
why
about the fact that,
hates-
you know what, like, Shinigamis and Quincy's used to be enemies, so I'm here to prove my superiority. And Joe and I can both agree,
because history dictates
this
it.
is where the movie shows one of his two glaring flaws.
Which is...
So we get to the point where Uryu goes, I'm gonna fight you so we can prove like who can kill the most holos. And Ichigo is like, no, I don't want to do that. This is stupid. You don't have a choice. Holo bait. Crack. And Rukia pulls out the phone and goes, oh shit, there's like 5 holos all over the place. What the hell's going on? So she drags Ichigo away and we get to see the scene of the spider holo trying to kill the child ghost. While Uryu is running away, trying to find a different holo. And we get the scene of Ichigo deciding, okay, like... innocent lives, even if their afterlives are in danger. We get with great power comes great responsibility.
Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Now, here's
Rukia
where it
gives
gets
him-
complicated.
Yep.
Ichigo fights the holo, and he does pretty well. Like, this is where the choreography chops begin to show. Because they made Sangetsu as big as you think it is. And the dude he uses the momentum of the sword. Like, I didn't thought they could fight well with that thing. They did it.
they did well with
No,
Zangetsu.
the fight is really good, but before Ichigo can do anything besides actually defend himself, Renji shows up and kills the holo. And then he kicks Ichigo's ass.
Like, you idiot, this is your fault somehow.
And
what are
during
you
the-
talking about?
And
Why are you
during
trying to
this
kill me?
entire time with Renji and Ichigo in the whole scene, I'm like thinking like, okay, where are the other holos at?
Yeah, that never gets addressed. See, when Ichigo gets knocked down, Renji talks to Rukia, and then he takes this moment to drop this huge dollop of exposition of where Rukia comes from, what the reason she's here, and why she shouldn't be doing the thing.
That was terribly
That
ill-timed.
exposition could have been done far better, more organically. Instead, it feels very, hang
Rushed.
on, we need to let the people know what the hell's going on. Just block of exposition drops from the heavens.
In layman's terms, that exposition was terribly forced.
It was ham-fisted.
Okay, I get that. I'm over here raising my hand and I'm over here pondering. Do y'all remember how many fucking episodes it took to clear that little conflict between Uryu and Ichigo?
One.
And no,
Yeah,
there
one.
was a lot more going on in the middle of all that.
Well, yeah, because
D-
it was
and-
handling
Oh, yeah,
Chad
Chad
and
unlocking
his
his
yeah,
powers.
powers. They had to cut that out from the movie.
And
We're not getting
okay,
that here.
no, but here's the thing, like, okay, we get a lot of exposition in between those as well as dealing with the A plot of Ichigo and Uryu dealing with the hollows because Uryu's a little prick.
Yes.
So there was a lot of other shit going on in the middle of that. So all of that stuff was happening in the span of like 5 episodes or some shit, if I remember correctly.
3 or 4, actually. It wasn't that many, but it was quite a few.
Yeah, so I get that with this, it feels like loaded down.
A little
And yeah, exposition, it's better to show than to tell when it comes to when it comes to character building.
Yes.
The trick of it is with Rukia being out of action, you can't really show that much of her relationship with Renji or giving any explanation on that. It's since I haven't seen the movie, I'm guessing it comes off along lines of he's chewing her out for not doing her job right.
Pretty
right?
much. And then
Yeah.
he just starts talking about the families while Ichigo is laying on the ground going, what the hell are you talking about?
Like, hey, you shut up. The grown-ups are talking.
Yeah, it feels
you
a
guys
little
are
like-
my age. We're like 1,000 years older than you.
Exposition got a little heavy, and there's also the fact that after that scene ends, we just see Uryu looking at the scene from the corner, and the holos that were released because of him never addressed.
Ever.
The implication is that he just killed them off screen, but it's a plot point that just gets dropped right there.
Yeah.
Which is a shame too, because we also missed the chance to see a Menos Grande on the screen.
That would have been
No Menos
awesome.
Grande.
Wait, we did. Wait, so this didn't draw in Menos Grande?
I'm guessing
No.
that he just used low quality bait, so he just brought like a couple of holos. Rukia pulls out her stone phone thing, and we see like 5 different signals.
Her soul phone?
But
It's
still,
not even a phone. It's like a big gem.
But Angel,
okay,
still,
I was about to
even
say,
if
like,
moving with
looks like
that
a Dragon Maid
rationale,
art.
Cutting out the whole like baiting the hollows and even the Menos Grande part, that's a big part of the substance.
Even with no Menos Grande, that was a good fight scene that was not shown, basically.
Yeah.
A shame, but that's how it is. Now, thankfully, the movie doesn't do that again. We switch back to, now back to your entertaining parts. Ichigo basically
Demands
is
answers.
trying to get some information, and Rukia is refusing to, and Ichigo is like, why the hell am I even training for? And she closes the door again on him and goes, like she's talking to
physically
herself.
and metaphorically.
So you don't die.
I'm training you
So
so you don't get your ass kicked.
So the fellowship is broken, and through some home, we get some more character meetups in school. We get some more character development, where we get to speak with, we get to see the characters still going on the side. We get to see Tatsuki and Orihime do their talking, and we get to see Chan and Ichigo exchange a few words. And then the next day, we get to see that we also get the information that Ichigo is preparing for his mother's funeral. So the next day, we get to see that Rukia explains to Ichigo about the fact that the reason she was here was not to kill Fishbone. She was here because she was in here to kill Grand Fisher, a holo that has avoided Soul Society for the last 54 years.
Right.
Also, here's where we have a plot change. Okay, in the original show, Grand Fisher was a sadistic son of a bitch.
And
A
he was
complete
also the
jackass.
specific hollow who's responsible for Ichigo's mom dying.
And we know that he uses the image of a little girl that he ate as a lure. In here is different. In here, Grand Fisher is the little girl.
Yep.
No.
So instead of acting like a sadistic monster, we have a tragic monster.
How is this fucking thing tragic?
It's a holo. Remember, the majority of holos are not intelligent. They're just beasts that haunt the souls of people that they care about over and over to like ease the horrible pain in their chest.
Yeah, but can
People
you
keep
really
forgetting.
can you really call it tragic if you're baiting your victims?
That's the remember, holos don't get to choose how they're made.
Fair.
Remember, this was before the Arankar showed up. Remember, the majority of the holos that are intelligent are holos that are just pure evil. Those are the ones that go to hell when you kill them. The majority of holos have basic intelligence and a really twisted mentality created out of just metaphysical soul hunger. So in
I
this
get
case, Grand Fisher is essentially just a monster that needs to be killed.
Angel, there's a lot of other things in the movie that we forgot to mention. Like number one, the progressive training montage, which starts off hilariously.
No, we don't get there yet. We don't get there yet.
Okay, but address Rob's Burgers.
Oh, yeah.
Wait.
This place has a fast food joint called Rob's Burgers.
Hey, how you doing, Juan? My name is Rob Belcher.
Because I want to get all this.
Well, actually, my name's Bob, but I've been I got in
still
trouble
have
with the local
a freaking
authorities,
tripod
so
in my hands.
I went to
Decided
court
move
and I
Japan,
had to
but
change
there's
my
just all
name
sorts
to
of weird
Rob.
crap
Oh
happening
my
here.
god.
Linda,
I will.
Hey, Lynn.
where's the hollow
listen,
bait?
Lynn, we need to get ready for the health inspector.
Rob, can you just help me put these decorations up?
Oh, hang
It'll
on.
draw the customers in. That'll
Oh.
help the health inspector.
But yeah, no, the place actually
Oh
looks
my
pretty nice.
God.
It's like a double store
I'll
place.
still beat you up with the
It
tripod.
looks like
I
a
don't
combination
care.
of McDonald's and KFC because
I'm
the
so-
color is white and red.
I'm so glad I'm not the
It's
character
called
focus
Rob's
of the movie.
Burgers. Also, yeah, that means we get to see a little bit more of Karakura Town. They got shopping centers, they got parking lots. It's actually a really nice city to live in.
It would have been even more funnier if we had a girl running around like the daughter from Bob's Burgers. What's her name?
Ah, crap, I forgot her name.
I don't fucking know. All I know that it's Mabel. There.
Right,
Not
so-
Tina, but the other one.
So, essentially, Rukia realizes that she cannot hoist her problems onto Ichigo. So at night,
Louise! There, yes.
Louise, yeah.
Okay, quit screaming.
Sadly, no Louise. She goes to see her brother and Renji, who are waiting for her in the graveyard at night. And she goes, take me to Soul Society. I will face my punishment. Just please let him go. And Renji is like, no. And Byakuya is like, no. Kill him yourself. Take your powers. Oh, excuse me. Take your powers back and kill this human because that is the law of Soul Society. You came here to kill Grand Fisher, so do your damn job. The deal is, if she can take her powers back and go back to Soul Society, she will not be punished.
She's welcome back into
That's
the
the change here.
She's
But
welcome
she-
back into the J-Rock band. I'm sorry, I have
Thank
to make
you.
the joke.
But no, she needs to do her job.
Well, I would
She's like,
imagine.
but I don't want to kill him. And he's like, you are breaking some laws standing up for this human. And then Ichigo mother effing
law is
Kurosaki,
stupid.
after doing some soul searching, Kurosaki Ichigo shows up and goes, y'all shut the hell up. How about I kill Grand Fisher? And Byakuya is like, are you crazy, human? And he's like, no, I have a personal stake here. That son of a bitch killed my mom. So how about you let her train me, and then I'll be strong enough to give her powers back, and I will kill Grand Fisher. And Byakuya, in a surprising show of magnanimousness, goes, okay, I'll give you this set of time. Rukia, train him into a decent fighter. And if he succeeds, great. If Grand Fisher kills him, then he'll just do our job for us. So, guess what, Juan?
Wow, Byakuya Kuchiki's a dick. Well, then again, he's always been a dick.
Yeah, he's both more magnanimous in this movie and more of an asshole.
The only slight change to his character is that the way they made him look, which as accurate as it is, he looks like he's in charge of a fucking J metal rock.
He actually looks manlier. He has like a strong square jaw.
Okay, that I expect from the nobleman of the House of Kuchiki.
I guess.
Yeah.
So, we need a montage!
Montage!
So we get to see the montage of Ichigo just training, like dragging a wheelbarrow with Rukia on top of it,
It
reading
starts
manga.
off It starts off pathetic because they had him go through so many drills, like hitting every ball.
They actually address that thing that the manga never does. Instead of increasing the power level, they just go, no, we're going to teach you how to actually fight.
America, fuck yeah.
Yeah,
So
pretty
lick
much.
my butt and suck on my
Sparring
balls.
with Rukia, hitting baseball bats,
Dragging her around on a wheel.
Dragging the emotional baggage. I mean, Rukia.
There was one time when he was fighting with like leather straps attached to his arms and legs that limited his movement. He got his ass kicked a lot. But, little by little, we see the progress until eventually he gets good. And the final
He
test...
get good.
Yeah, and the final test is when she surrounds him with bottles and he swings the sword in an arc and every single bottle explodes.
I like how he didn't get it right the first time.
Of course not. That's the point.
That's that's as funny. That's as funny as Seth MacFarlane not shooting down the glass bottle.
And a
pretty
million
much
ways
that
to
happened.
die in the West.
A million ways to die in Karakura
If those
Town.
of you who haven't seen the movie, which by the way, it is basically a giant Family Guy cutaway in live action, but it's worth it. It's a good
fun.
laugh. It's literally Seth MacFarlane's character learning how to shoot over a week. You have the glass bottles set up, and he's got a 6-shooter. 2 pops from like a
Far distance.
far distance. He walks like halfway close to it, aims again, pop, nothing. He
Point
goes
blank.
Yep. He goes point blank, pop, nothing, and then just knocks the bottles over with his hand. Like,
Actually,
fuck this.
Angel, that would have been funny if after he missed the first time, he could have just knocked him over and
Started
be like,
knocking-
"No, don't look at me."
But no, but
That's not Ichigo.
But it helps here
It's
because
funny,
when
but that's not
Ichigo
Ichigo.
swings the sword and breaks the bottle, the implication is to be that he did that with physical force alone.
One clean
huge.
sweep.
Like that's one of the attributes about Ichigo that we see in the
His
beginning.
power level is retarded high.
All he's using is physical brute strength. He's not tapping into any of the actual spiritual powers of a Soul Reaper at all.
But no,
he's
this
just
time-
taking his sword and bashing people with it.
But
The
this time
fucking
we're
little
doing it
joke in the anime when he was talking about the metal scrod, he's like, "Well, I figured that if I
could
just
just
chop
chop
it
piece
down,
by piece."
I'll hit it on the head." Like.
It's
The
like, how
reason
much
why
pain
his
did you eat as a child?
Also,
the
do you
reason why
guys
Zanpakuto is so big is because he has so much power. And
Also,
shit.
remember the stupid ideas and the stupid plans that Ichigo and Uryu tried to come up with to kill the thing?
Sadly, that doesn't
Wait.
show up here.
Okay, that doesn't show.
No. But
because
we're-
Uryu can fuck off.
But it's time
apparently.
for the drama. After another heartfelt moment where Ichigo explains why he's doing the things he's doing in his room with Rukia, in his room,
with
Giggity.
Rukia.
We get to the part where, hey guys, it's time for a family trip to the graveyard to pay your respects to your mother. We see Ichigo's dad, setting up the picnic, and the little girl's going, yeah, let's visit mom's grave. And, we get the scene when everybody goes to the graveyard. Ichigo is hanging in the back with Rukia. And we get to see Ichin Kurosaki light up his cigar. He actually opens a can of beer for her and one for himself and goes, watch over my son. And tell him to stop blaming himself so much. This scene has no music. It's genuinely just Isshin Kurosaki gets serious for a moment and goes, he's a good kid. He deserves to be happy.
Please tell him to stop blaming himself. There's only so many times I can kick his ass for it.
Kinda. So while that's going
That's
on,
some good fucking story,
It
man.
is.
while that's going on, a girl shows up in the middle of the graveyard.
Oh no!
A very familiar looking girl.
Oh no!
I wonder
Ichigo
who
just
it
looks
is.
at her. And
Does this girl
she
have a
looks-
fucking wig at least?
Nope. Dude, come on. You have black hair in the manga. It has black hair.
I
in the
know.
One, she's dead.
Okay, at this point I'm being
So
facetious.
she looks at him.
But seriously, Arda Wigs,
So she
come
looks at
sponsor
him,
us.
and he looks at her, and then just a mass of CG green hair comes out of her body and wraps into a ball, and then the mask comes out, and I'm like, this is the scariest version of Black Fisher I ever seen.
She looks at me,
And I looked at
and I
her.
looked at her.
And then she becomes a
She
corrupt
looks
Chia
at
pet.
me, and I look at her.
And she said, "Excuse me, can I eat your soul now?"
Nom, 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 nom.
The fight doesn't take place in the graveyard. Ichigo tackles the thing, which wraps him in its hair and takes off running, and it just goes off right straight to the town. Straight to Rob's burger.
Bleach, everyone. Where the
Straight to
soul-
Rob's.
Dude, the fight takes place in the middle of town in the crowded marketplace.
Bleach, everyone. Where the good guys don't save people from destruction, they bring it to them.
To be fair, he wasn't exactly. Ichigo spent most of this fight on the defensive because that thing is just Bayonetta wicked weaves coming at him all over the place. He's just cutting and slicing and jumping, and the thing is plowing through stalls and sending cars flying through the. It's like a Marvel movie at the end where everything is just blowing up.
Wait a minute. Wicked weaves. Little girl. Little girl turns into. Oh my god, the comparison is too accurate!
Ichigo is fighting a failed
Teresa.
Umbran witch. And yes, because of the high CG, we get to see every single imperfection, scratch, and nick on the mask of the Hollow for the years that it avoided getting killed by the Soul Reapers. So the fight gets fucking hectic. Ichigo is giving it his all, but the thing is throwing him and whipping him around. And at one point, it hits him so hard, he flies into the second store of Rob's Burgers where his classmates are.
God damn it, I just fixed that window. What the hell?
So while Ichigo is getting up,
it's Teenager Tuesday. All teenagers in high school get half off with a valid photo ID.
Okay,
this is
Tina-
not what I need.
Tina, Louise, stop doing your homework right now. Daddy needs your help in fixing the window.
but Dad, I'm writing my fan fictions.
No, Tina, we need to fix this, okay?
I'm trying to fix my
So
soul,
while that's
Dad.
happening, the holograms
I'm trying to fix my soul, Dad. Well, there's a guy here trying to save our souls, and we need to pick up after him.
Linda, pick up after the damn Soul Reapers.
Jesus
So
Christ.
the holo grabs a nearby sign and throws it at Ichigo, who cuts it in two, but one side still goes flying towards the people, so Chad steps in and just blocks the fucking thing with his muscles.
What?
He was always that strong.
You're right.
The dude is beef.
You're right.
So
He's
he's
So
Those
in
are
the
the
end,
sign.
the immovable object prevails.
Yeah.
We're phrasing, right?
Oh, Christ.
get out.
So while that's
Get the
going
fuck
on,
out.
both Chad and Orihime, they cannot see Ichigo, but they can feel the wind from the force of his sword swings. And they can start feeling his spiritual pressure, and Chad goes, Ichigo? And Ichigo turns at him and goes, keep him safe, Chad, and jumps off. And Chad, we don't know if he heard him or he felt him. He just goes, okay, everybody, it's time to evacuate. And he directs the evacuation.
It's time to go.
Yeah,
Everyone
Ichigo jumps
follow
out
me.
and starts engaging the damn thing in a sword fight. And in the nice change from canon, Uryu pulls out his bow and arrow and goes, hang on, I'm going to help you.
What the fuck?
Yeah, so the final fight is
Like, why are you helping me? Because fuck you, Soul Reaper. I'm
Because
better.
there's a giant hole in the middle of town. Fucking shit. What? How am I not going to help you?
Is a Quincy
Also-
really going to say no?
I don't like you, but I'm not going to be a jerk about it.
Wait, but Uryu's always a jerk about it.
But he understands that the greater
Juan,
danger-
if he was always a jerk
No,
about it,
no. Angel was about to say it. Angel was about to say
the
it.
needs of the many,
No.
the greater danger.
No,
the
not
greater good.
the greater good.
Stop saying that. So while that's going, no, yeah, there's a
I
point,
got you, motherfucker,
there's a
I got
point
you.
Where the holo grabs a boss with Ichigo inside and starts trying to tear him apart. So Uryu puts an arrow right through its eye socket. The holo tears the boss and starts whipping its hair out so much it creates a miniature tornado
Okay, so he's making a miniature tornado.
by spinning his hair coils
So-
really fast.
Okay, so what got caught in the tornado?
The debris and chunk and the boss, which gets torn apart.
And the bus.
Yeah,
Is there anyone inside?
Ichigo is inside.
Ichigo's inside.
So guess what he does?
So so Ichigo's inside the bus, and the bus does not have any inertial control inside this tornado of death that the Grand Fisher's creating.
No. Here's the thing.
So
First-
since he's not since he has no, since he has no control over the centrifugal force, that means that Ichigo is a tumbler.
I'm leaving.
phrasing, am I
Not
right?
insult. My intelligence.
it out,
without
dude.
shit.
In the tornado, he becomes a tumbler.
Juan, I knew there was a reason why we became friends.
That's because he was born before you. You pieces of shit. This is why Spider-Man is better than Batman. Because he will look at you and be
Yes.
ashamed of your words and deeds.
Yes.
Right.
It tastes so good.
You know what else tastes so good? The salt coming out of Angel's being.
Oh my god.
I will stop
right.
being an ocean now.
All right. Okay.
So after my
I
dick-
was looking for an opening. You gave me one.
You know what?
Thank you.
I will hold that L on my chest. I walked into that one.
Dude,
L is for loser. No.
Juan, you're awesome. I'm gonna hook you up with a burger later.
You suck.
Oh my god.
That was a
Enough of the
horrible
Rob's
pun.
Burgers
You're
jokes.
never welcome in this restaurant again. Ever. So what that's happened though, since the
worth
boss
it.
gets torn to pieces and Ichigo gets loaded with a bunch of people calling him an SJ warrior because he went there.
Because we went there.
Yeah.
Guess what? He uses
He's a spiritual
he
justice
plays it
warrior.
smart actually.
Ow.
He uses the chunk of the boss to block the wind gusts so he can jump from above and drive his sword right into the cranium of the damn thing.
So I guess you could say that the Fisher took the bait.
So yeah, no. Ichigo actually does kill Grand Fisher. So he does, in fact, avenge his mother's death in this movie.
So in this instance, the Grand Fisher is actually defeated.
He gets destroyed. Ichigo goes like, he does a stinger around him. It goes, blast off, right in there.
That is a part that I do appreciate. Hey guys,
Oh
Jose's back. But that is a part I do appreciate because how many episodes or how many sagas does it take for Ichigo to finally settle the score with the Grand
He
Fisher?
never does.
Never.
Grand Fisher escapes. 2 seasons later, his father kills Grand Fisher, in a way also avenging his wife's death. He never tells his son.
But-
Ever.
Also, didn't Grand Fisher become an Arankar?
He became an Arankar, and then he showed up, and he got one-shotted by Captain
Ishin.
Ishin.
Kurosaki.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but here,
in
no.
this movie, there is resolution. Ichigo fucking
gets the
avenges
victory he
his
won.
mom.
Now, everything, like the whole city block has been pretty much wrecked. Ichida is like, holy shit, dude, I can't believe we actually did that. Why is there a sword sticking out of my chest cavity? Oh, no.
Oh,
Renji shows up
oh no,
and stabs the shit out of Uryu and goes, okay. First off, congratulations, human. That is very impressive. Also,
There's your consolation prize.
yeah, we can't let you live. You're literally breaking every fucking law we know, so I'm going to kill you now.
Like-
So,
How am I breaking laws? Okay, you know that thing you're doing with your mouth and your nose? You know, air going in?
Breathing?
Yeah, that's a violation right now.
but I wasn't...
Shut up! Stop doing it!
But we had a deal.
Well,
I'm altering the
Pray
deal. Praying
that I
I
don't
don't
slice
alter-
you up any further.
further.
So you
Wait,
thought
you're gonna
Grand
slice
Fisher
me?
was-
Oh God!
You thought Grand Fisher was the final boss. No, cabron. Here's Virgil number 1. And Ichigo gets into an epic... Dude, this is one of the best fights. Because here's where we see Ichigo's progress. At first, Renji's holding the advantage. He's moving so fast, Ichigo can barely keep up. And then Ichigo starts using the momentum of the sword to get speed himself.
So
It goes to a head when he backflips. He avoids a slash from Renji, uses the sword as a pole bolt, and roundhouse kicks him in the back of the head.
oh my God, it's out of a
Renji is
DMC game.
Renji's like, oh, you
It's out of Devil May
motherfucker.
Cry.
And Ichigo Kurosaki, Johnny Young Bosch man goes, come on, let's go.
Okay, one
You're
thing.
not worthy as my opponent.
One thing I have to ask.
Go for it.
All like this entire movie, is it subbed or dubbed?
Subbed.
Subbed. Okay.
Yeah.
Because you said Johnny on Bosch. I'm like,
I
no,
can't
they
help
didn't.
Angel, don't get his hopes up like that.
I wish,
Come on.
but no, sadly, no. So,
I mean, okay, again, Netflix. It's called fucking throw your money at it.
Yeah.
We'll pay an extra little bit, maybe another dollar on top of our $9.99 subscription. Hire Johnny on Bosch. Hire fucking the voice actors for all this shit. Do
that
it.
could work, but
Do it, motherfuckers.
no.
Moving on.
So what follows is
sad
genuinely
face.
the best fight in the movie. Both of the fighters are on top of the game. The choreography is beautiful, and yeah, you would think Ichigo's massive blunder blaster couldn't keep up with a fast katana, but no, the kid holds his own pretty damn well. In fact, most of the time he actually just grabs the blade with both hands and uses it as a shield so he can counter with his superior physical strength.
Wait.
What?
I remember what happens in the first fight between Ichigo and Renji.
We'll get there.
Okay.
Hang
Oh
on,
my God.
hang
Oh my
on.
Renji
God.
gets pushed and he just goes, I can't believe a mere human is doing this. And he brings out his Zanpakuto Zabimaru.
He puts out
Yeah,
Zabimaru.
the sword whip starts going all over the damn place. And Ichigo can barely hold. Because now Renji has advantage of distance. He can just strike as he wants to. Ichigo, they are jumping and backflipping and cars and bosses are getting crushed in half until eventually Renji finds a weak point, strikes blindly, and Ichigo gets sent flying into a car, which then explodes.
Oh my God.
And then
No,
Byakuya shows up.
Oh no.
Wait, no, not yet.
No,
Because
no, no. I remember the scene. Trust me on this. He shows up and goes, well, Renji, I can't believe you had to bring out your Zanpakuto against a mere human. Yeah, the kid was tough, but at least, I beat him. And then Ichigo jumps out of the explosion.
Cool, real man.
Look
don't
look
cool.
at explosions.
And then the electric guitar
He just
kicks in
turn
again.
around and walk away.
Ichigo fucking just
No time
dashes,
to
his
look
sword
at
dragging to the ground,
explosions.
sending sparks. And he clashes with Renji with so much force, he breaks Renji's sword and sends him flying into a boss bleeding.
He defeated him.
What? No,
actually
no, no, no,
won.
no, 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 no. Wait, no. What? Wait, no.
Ichigo,
Wait,
yeah,
no.
for the first
wait,
time,
wait.
we get to see it.
Who would've thought?
No,
Wait,
no. Wait. In the actual fight, he didn't break Zabimaru in the
No,
in the,
in the
actual
manga, he pushed Renji back, and before he could attack again, Byakuya stepped in and kicked his ass. Here, the fight is completed. Ichigo engages Renji again, and he actually does the thing in the anime. Renji attempts to extend the sword, but Ichigo figured out the
counting
pattern.
it.
He blocks the sword, inches the blade forward, sending the whip flying, and then he strikes with a massive overhead slash that sends Renji flying and snaps the blade in two.
Dude.
Oh yeah,
That's some
That is a
bullshit.
clean
I
fucking
love
victory.
that. Nice.
Which is something I
and
like.
Ichigo is less exhausted, bleeding, but triumphant. And then
Byakuya schools him.
scum. Byakuya just runs him through with the sword. Ichigo just falls to the ground like a sack of potatoes.
Byakuya gets a
just-
slice of life.
Hey!
Or rather, Ichigo gets
So
a slice
he
of
does
life.
the cool thing when he sheaths the sword.
Yep.
He goes, Rukia, we have wasted enough time. Just take the powers from the human and what the fuck? And Ichigo gets up.
Bleeding like he is in the
He
freaking
gets
thing.
up, grabs the sword, and he tries to attack again, but Byakuya is taking no shit.
No.
He dashes behind Ichigo so fast we only see the wind gust. And when we turn around, he stopped Ichigo's blade with 2 fingers. Then he pulls out the sword and just does the Virgil scum.
The soul, his.
He
Like,
does the
stabbing
judgment cut
scars.
again, and Ichigo goes down again. And he sheaths the sword again, and he goes, okay, where was I? Ichigo grabs his leg, and he's like, what the fuck?
Oh, no. Ichigo gets up.
He gets up again for the third time.
And
And
he actually, it goes slow motion. He charges in.
But it's not enough. And Byakuya strikes him down again. And he goes,
It was
okay,
slow.
He's
Even
done.
when you're
he's
falling
done.
down.
And then Ichigo grabs his fucking leg. And Byakuya is genuinely like, he smiles like, this motherfucker. Like, it's like a brief like, huh. Like, he genuinely looks amazed like, how many times? Why isn't this working? Is there something missing? Must more
blood
swords be shed? So he pulls out his sword again, intent on just driving it through his skull or something. And then Rukia steps in and goes, wait, brother, let me do this. And she drags Ichigo to the side and kicks him and goes, you stupid. She puts on the
whole
The
tough
asshole
girl
impression.
soul reaper thing.
Uh-huh.
You idiot! You are
It kind
nothing
of
but
falls
a
apart
human.
when she's bawling her eyes out, but
Yeah.
she's trying. So she grabs Ichigo's sword and he goes, and this is the part where me and Joe can agree is complete bullshit. She just goes, it's better this way. It's better than you don't remember anything. And she shoves the sword in her body, regains her powers, and Ichigo fades. Like the last thing he sees is them.
Yeah,
walking to the
let me
gate of
let me
society.
narrate this part. They
And
did,
then-
hang on, let me narrate this part.
And then
They
Joe-
did the thing that turned off the audience that watched Pokemon the first movie near the end. They went with an angle that pissed me and Angel off, and that completely threw everything that was accomplished to wretch.
It didn't ruin the whole movie, but it was a serious step down.
They wiped the memories of everyone that was involved, including Ichigo.
Ichigo simply walks down the stairs to his reveal home going, I had an amazing dream, but I can't remember what it is. And he goes back to school like nothing happened. Sorry, raise your hand, ask question.
Yeah, I raised my hand. I see Jose vibrating in rage.
No, trust me,
I
he
s-
was pissed.
I
I myself
see-
was none too pleased.
I see that you're none too pleased. Do we or do we not recall in the manga and in the anime that after several different fucking massive collateral damaging hollow encounters that Rukia herself uses a fucking neuralizer that looks like a bunny Pez dispenser on everyone involved?
The problem is that they used it on the main character this time, thus undoing his development through the entire movie. In the original
Bullshit!
the original manga is different because he was just left to die. Like Byakuya stabbed him and went, now bleed to death, loser. Here, because he's being left alive, they're erasing his memories. But it's still bullshit. Because every time that narrative comes in, it's like the rest of the movie never happened.
It's fucking
okay,
stupid,
so-
and it
No, no, no,
underplays and it
la, la, la.
downplays his character development.
Hang on. So Ichigo gets up the next day. He remembers everything as a mere deja vu.
No, he doesn't even
Or
remember
dream.
anything. He's just
No,
a
as in,
hazy
like, he-
dream that he can recall.
That's what I mean.
Now, here's where the movie manages to alleviate that pain just a little. Because it's basically a sequel hook.
Even though
when
nobody
Ichigo
will
arrives to
fucking catch
school,
on.
when he arrives to school, his friend Keizuru goes, yeah, you guys heard he got into a fight with some gangsters. he didn't make it. Dude, I'm still alive. And Chad is like...
It's like I could still hear his voice.
Chad is like, I told you it would take more to kill my friend here. And
I told you okay.
I told you. He
Chad
remembers
knows.
something. And then we see Ishida going, oh, sorry, I dropped my book. Good morning. Remember, Ishida never spoke with them before. His memories were erased too. And Ichigo goes, hey, man, I'm sorry. Did we spoke before today? And Ishida is like, I'm not sure. Okay, see you next period.
Oh, yeah, that's another thing I wanted to bring up. I'm sorry, Angel, but we forgot to address another thing. Since
Shoot.
Ishida was just in the background. Like, he only appeared for, like, a couple of scenes. And that's
Yeah,
it.
makes sense. Yeah, that's
we're-
inevitable.
okay.
That's part of the movie
We're-
itself.
but go on.
We're
go
following a distilled version of the first season.
Very distilled.
Very distilled.
This is triple
At
distilled.
least Ishida got some agency by taking part in the final boss.
on. But let's continue on the fucking memory wiped.
So
shit.
we sit down, we see that Rukia's seat is empty, we see that everyone is behaving the same, but Ichigo cannot place the feeling that something is missing. And while Rukia's voiceover is over the scene about how she'll never forget what happened here, Ichigo opens his book and sees the scribble that she wrote, and he looks up like... And then the movie ends. So the implication is that he did recover his memory, and I believe that they stated somewhere, yes, he did. So sequel hook. So it doesn't hurt nearly as much, but at the same time...
Now, here's my question. Both of you.
They did the same thing in the scene.
Question.
Shoot.
Now, as we previously discussed, it is, as you mentioned, Angel, the director did hint that Ichigo did regain his memories.
No, they straight up stated it.
Yeah, it straight up stated it. Because of his facial expression after reading that thing, correct?
Yes.
My question is, it's because it's so fucking subtle, how the fuck are we supposed to catch on that?
You know how?
Eh.
The same reason you're supposed to know exactly what a transmutation circle is, or what a Shinigami is just by sight. Those for whom this film is made it's not just for newcomers.
It's for fans of the old
It's
show.
for also fans of the manga and anime. So you know that there's already going to be more stories if they can fucking manage it.
Also-
And believe me, the Japanese studios, they could crack this shit out like crazy. Do you have any idea how few people they cram into an office smaller than this closet over here in order to make hand-by-hand cell shade animation?
Shit is hard. People die doing that.
No, and they cram it out, and their production turnover time is
Bananas.
insane. So you better believe, one way or another, they're going to create a second film. Because this story merits it.
There's actually another hint to a second film.
Eh?
Urahara's second and final appearance in the movie. While Ichigo is training, we see Chad and Orihime keeping an eye on him, and then Urahara shows up and goes, your friend is going to go to a very difficult battle. I believe that in the future, he's going to need good friends to lean on. And then he just walks away. So we got a hint there to the possible. We got a hint to a possible sequel there. But, yeah, so yeah. It ends on a somewhat bittersweet note. Ichigo does regain his memories, but it's essentially a cliffhanger.
Angel, I'm sorry to interrupt, but Urahara's appearance is just like Rafiki near the end of the Lion King. He just shows up and says, the king has returned, and leaves.
Yeah, unfortunately, Urahara doesn't get to do much in this movie besides exposition and some more, admittedly, important exposition.
Yeah.
Also, interestingly, a change of pace here. The reason why Ishida knows about Shinigamis in town is because he's been in this town for a year and he already knew Urahara.
Really?
The implication seems to be that either Urahara introduced himself to not start any hostilities, or Ishida just kind of stumbled onto the guy one day, like walking around town.
Remember, in the original canon, Kisuke Urahara used to be a soul captain in the Soul Society, but he was excommunicated.
Here, they just tell us that he's a Shinigami that's not with the team anymore.
But regardless, he's not bound by any laws of
The Soul Reapers.
Screw you, I do what I want.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's
so
how the
that-
movie ends. Roll credits. We were hoping for some after credits action, but sadly, not that much.
How
No,
long was
there
this thing?
wasn't.
This movie's like 2 hours, hour and a half. It's decent
An hour,
length.
45 minutes, I would say.
Give or take, yeah.
Okay, so yeah, if they'd given 15 more minutes,
I wish they would have given it 15 more minutes. They
I
could have
wish.
done stuff in 15 more
I wish they
minutes.
could have given us a stinger. I'm sorry, but that expression is too fucking subtle, especially for
Too
the
subtle?
No, especially for the audience who's not well versed in Bleach.
oh yeah, no, that's what it is. No, okay, that actually, no. Here's what's up. For the audience that isn't well versed in Bleach, they'll see, oh hey, he's recognizing her scribbling and doodling. So they'll either say, hey, wait a minute, he might be remembering. They'll maybe that's going to lead to something, or maybe he's just wondering, how did this get here? I should find out. That's for normies, for vanilla
noobs.
Yeah, for vanilla noobs who might stumble onto this, that would be enough for them to think, hey, maybe he figured it out, or maybe he remembers. It's sort of like the ending to Inception.
Fine.
Do we see the spinning top tumble?
Fair, that doesn't
Does
count
it fall
much.
over?
The point of Inception is that what we see and what we interpret doesn't matter. What matters is what the main character decides. He found his objective reality.
Also,
here in the movie, in Bleach, it's all but stated, no, he got his memories back.
Juan,
See, there you go!
Juan, I understand your rationale. That doesn't mean I have to like it. I still hate the memory wipe angle.
So
really don't like
in the
memory
phrase,
wipes.
okay, so in that case, would you subscribe then to the line from Lando in Solo's Star Wars movie? I don't like it. I don't agree with it, but I accept it.
Well, we kind of have to. It happens.
What else? What? I don't really accept it, but what do I ever get my way?
Exactly.
Well, maybe we'll get our way once we get the second Bleach film.
Maybe in
and
the
you better
next
believe
life,
what they're
bruh.
gonna do. You better believe what they're gonna do. They're gonna have. Do you have any idea how many arcs?
How many fights happen during
go
that
through
arc?
the Soul Society?
You know what?
A lot.
You know what? I would expect if they make a second movie, it will actually end with the fight between Ichigo and Kenpachi. It's a good climatic point of, oh no, shit just got real.
The whole memory
I would
wipe-
imagine that would be his. That would actually be like either the halfway point in the second film if they're gonna bring it in. Like, okay, this boy somehow lost his powers. Now he's invading our space
With his friends who
We're
also have
we're not
powers.
gonna have him go through the levels. We're sending the biggest baddest motherfucker at him.
That would be a start.
Captain Zaraki.
But
You
don't-
see that? I don't want to.
The memory wipe angle near the end of the movie came unexpectedly and as painful as Captain Ichimaru Zanpakuto.
God damn it. Don't forget. Here's the thing, though. Don't forget. The Soul Society arc involved a lot of fighting between the main characters and the captains themselves. There was a lot of inter company rivalry going on.
Yeah.
So they would have to not only put some of those fights, they would also have to address the issue with Aizen plotting bullshit behind the scenes. That's a lot to cram in one movie.
Now, as far as the movie goes in itself, apart from the memory erasing bullshit, I actually enjoyed it. This was a
pretty
good.
good.
This was a good cinematic interpretation.
Of the first season.
Of the first season, they they took parts from the substitute Soul Reaper arc, and they cut out all the parts that could.
Trim the fat.
They trimmed the fat, basically. They changed a few things in the story, but that's fine. Because
ArdaWigs.com.
Juan, shut up.
Never.
Hey, you know what? If you get to complain on Wigs, then he gets to complain about memory erasure.
Yeah.
And I get to complain
know
about
what?
ham-fisted exposition.
You know what? Fine.
Apart
Handshake.
from- yeah,
All three. You get in here.
Yay!
Handshake.
Friendship.
Apart from
mutual disagreements.
apart from the ham-fisted exposition, the memory wipe, and the whole bit of Uryu baiting the hollows never really happening.
I really wish they had addressed that.
Yeah.
You know what they could have done?
Everything else was good.
You know what they could have done?
Hang on, Juan. I'm not finished critiquing.
Okay, fine.
I like to critique.
Fine. Well, we're trying to wrap up also. And I
I'm
was
trying
actually,
to wrap up. Yeah, no. Okay.
I was trying to give a
The
solution.
movie, the movie itself was good, and the parts where it did justice to the canon of the story, it did
was
very
really
well.
good.
It did really well. The CG on the hollows was fucking superb compared to the CG work in Full Metal.
We get to see
Alchemist.
like 3 hollows in this whole thing, and each one of them looks fantastic.
The fight
Gorgeous.
scenes where Ichigo is fighting the hollows, where Ichigo's fighting Renji. That was awesome.
When
It's
the
more than
guitar
just
kicks-
sword swinging. They actually punch and kick each other.
There was martial arts happening.
Yes.
It was
Very
genuinely
nice.
good. Now, you were saying...
I was actually going to say, I think I know a way where they might have been able to mitigate the heavy exposition and where is Uryu showing up Ichigo with the Soul Reapers, or rather with the Hollows.
Yeah.
Simple. You have some of the exposition whittled down to what's needed to get their point across, and intercut that dialogue with scenes of Uryu fighting fucking Hollows.
That could work.
That could work. Like, while these guys are discussing this, and you see Ichigo's doing this, you see Uryu, action man, fuck
Shooting
you,
arrows,
fuck you,
I'm
fuck
going,
you.
where the hell is that Soul Reaper? I thought we would have started fighting a while ago.
Exactly.
Nice.
Like,
Angel,
never mind.
what did you think of the
Just keep
movie?
going.
Okay, movie-wise, it was pretty good. Like I said, appearance-wise, the characters don't all look exactly the way they normally would, but I accepted that the second the movie started and I saw Ichigo with black hair.
Hold your tongue, Knave.
I'm like, if this is the way we're going, I'm just going to put my expectations way down. That being said, though, the characters acted like I expected them to act. Some of them had a few differences here and there, but they didn't detract. The majority of the characters acted exactly how I thought they would.
I honestly don't understand why the fan base was 50-50 about the whole
Because
movie.
it's not a perfect adaptation, and everybody keeps bitching about the perfect adaptation.
But they should. But after seeing so many cinematic adaptations from franchises, they should now come.
You
to
think they would have been used to it, but no, everything has to be at 100%.
It's because we demand excellence.
I was a little surprised by the change of like the events order, like the fact that the Shinigami showed up so quickly, but it served the purpose of the story. It worked fairly well.
It worked better for this adaptation.
Also, this movie to me did two things better than the actual manga. First off, Ishin was an actual person. I never liked how his actor was kind of just a retarded goofball 24/7. Honestly, I had to
like
get
a
serious.
dumbass, yep.
This time we see him actually try to connect with his family, and he cooks dinner for his daughters, and he complains that they don't pay attention to him because he's a dad. And the fact that Ichigo got his emotional closure.
Now
He killed Grant Fisher. He avenged his mama.
Now, for the hardcore Bleach fans out there, I actually do recommend watching this movie. If you want to see an entire arc that's been streamlined down and more comprehensible, rather than seeing a whole bunch of like cluttered up episodes, then yes, this movie would be awesome.
It's a decent abridgment. That's a good way to put it.
That is
All right.
good.
All right. Having not seen this and just going by the description that you guys, I will see it. I will fucking see the damn thing.
And for the hang on a
hey.
minute. And for the anime, and for the nerdy girls who like to see a bunch of pretty boy Asians
There
fight
you go.
each other.
Plenty of pretty boys beating the hell out of each other with swords. Enjoy.
All right. I was gonna say that, like, can you? I'm trying to get my piece in, man, so we can. All right. Without having seen the film, going by the description you guys are giving me, I'm digging this. This sounds like a adaptation done right. Not perfect, but done right. But if the only imperfections are cosmetic and one minor plot line detail, and don't lie to me here. Don't try to fight it on this one. The memory wipe is minor.
It's only minor because
it
there's
only
some done
lasts
at the end.
because it doesn't stick in the end.
Let me put it this way. If he had remained beyond the ending credits, then we really would have been mad. Like that moment where Ichigo goes, that's like the salvation of that point.
See, yeah, and that's them doing it right. So that gives you enough interest and enough excitement to get the second film. So if anyone who's got Flixnet, go ahead and watch this film. Give it as big a rating as you can, because these a-holes, they go by ratings. They go by reviews. They will throw more money at this production company to make the second Bleach film if we want it bad enough.
Please
you
try
want a resolution to that?
Hell
Jose,
yeah, I
do you
do.
want a clear definition of whether or not Ichigo remembers? You want a clear one? Yes or no?
Yes, I want to. I
want
still
it?
personally think that,
Okay.
I still personally think that the memory wipe was a mistake, and I hope that they fix it in the next movie.
All right,
I
you
really
want a
want
next
this
film? Go on Flixnet, Netflix, or whatever, and fucking give it a big 5-star review.
I already
Angel,
did.
You got Netflix, give it a 5-star
No,
review.
you don't understand. This is the first time I ever given a review to anything on Netflix. I
Even
really
Voltron?
want this. No, even Voltron.
Oh my god.
I didn't have time to do it to Voltron, but I might do it later.
Yeah, you
Also,
might-
I gotta use the bathroom.
All right. You go ahead and take a leak. Angel, any final words real quick?
I am very happy this movie was made. If I could rate all the anime adaptations that I've seen in movies, I would go Ghost in the Shell, Bleach, Fullmetal Alchemist, Death Note, Dragon Ball Evolution. And I'm really hoping... And
are we sure that
yes, I am really sure, and I am... because William Dafoe, man.
Willem Dafoe, okay.
I am really hoping that this means a trend that we will get better and better adaptations. Also, once again, I wish this had been a TV series, like 4 or 5 episodes, to cram as much stuff as we want to. But I am happy with what I got, and I hope that we do get a sequel in the future.
Awesome. All right. Thank you, Angel. Jose, final words.
Final words? Well, like I said, I enjoyed the movie. Everything that they did justice as according to the original canon of the story. They did well. They streamlined a lot of things for the sake of the fluidity of the movie storyline, which is good. I liked how near the end Ichigo got his resolution by avenging his mom. That was awesome. The fight scenes were great. The characters, as far as their personalities goes, were on par. And there's really nothing else. There's really nothing else I can say about this movie. It was it was a solid hit.
Alrighty, and this is definitely something that I'm going to recommend to myself and to all of you guys. And I'm going to dig it. I'm going to enjoy myself with this shit, and I'm going to watch Bleach. Not just because I'm a fanboy of Bleach, but also because I have high hopes, and I trust my brother and my brother from another mother with their rating on it. Even though they complain about the memory wipe, I complain about the fucking lack of Arda wigs. So that's going to wrap us up, folks. Thank you very much for listening in to our review of the live-action Bleach movie. Thank you very much to Jose Casabona. Thank you very much to Angel Mendez for joining in on this shit. And if you want to see us live and in living color in the flesh, we will be at what's our next convention? It's LumiCon, and that's going to be at the end of October. Nope, stop that. That's going to be the end of October. I meant to say, why did I say November? I meant to say October. So that'll be October 26th through the 28th at the Sheraton Tampa East Hotel. If you want more information about that, go ahead and go on to lumi-convention.com. They still have tickets. They have hotel rooms there. They're rather affordable, and you can see us wander around and shit film and talk to people there. And if you're not going to be able to go to LumiCon, then, of course, continue to follow us on Facebook.com/TheRavensFlock, Twitter.com/RavensFlock13, Instagram.com/TheRavensFlock online, Patreon.com/TheRavensFlock. We have about a 20-minute pre-roll on this that where we're talking about the Captain Marvel trailer and where we discuss other adaptations as a video, and those are exclusive only to our patrons. If you want to see and hear it, you can donate as little as $1 a month to this ragtag bunch of misfits that you love, that is providing you independent journalism and entertainment for the geek community.
It's like my fast food. It's like my fast food place, guys. They're just trying to make money. Come on.
No, we're not trying to make money, Rob. Rob's Burgers. Where's your son in the freaking sandwich suit? Get the hell out of here. Put that damn thing away.
Hey, you leave my kids out of this.
I will leave your kid into anything I want. Also, Tina's got issues. Go on, man. If you got something to say, I might say something as well. Yeah, I didn't think so. Boom, baby. So yeah, and of course, if you're listening to this already, then subscribe to us on SoundCloud and on iTunes. Rate, review, give us your thoughts. Tell us what you want to hear. Tell us what you want to know more about with us, with the Ravens Flock. And I know I've been doing this for a while. I've been sort of lagging on putting the video episodes of this podcast. Sorry about that. We've been in a bit of a bind, but you will be also be able to watch us along with our other programs, Los Amigos Play and the Ravens Flock, on YouTube.com/the Ravens Flock. Hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, get us up there. We want to see you guys interact with us. We're having a nice discussion with people about Jose interviewing Cal Rowling at MetroCon. So I want us to continue having discussions, guys. And we want to thank you all very much. That's going to wrap us up. Thank you once again for listening in to the uncensored interview and review podcast of the Ravens Flock. This has been the Black